Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Look at that for a view over the rooftops, over the treetops, all the way down to downtown Cato Paradise. And you may have noticed that the roads are a little bit damp, and that is because we had a bit of a hailstorm in the very, very early hours of the morning. It's now just turned 7 o'clock and life is just starting on the island of Love. But as I was saying, 5 o'clock this morning, I was woken up that little bit earlier than normal by the clattering of hailstones on the garage roof. And I took some pictures and you would be shocked. It looked as though we had 3 or 4 inches of snow outside on the road. But of course it was very, very quickly melting away because the ambient temperature is not too bad. And if you want to know what the temperature is right now at 7 o'clock in the morning, 11 degrees. That's what we call a little bit chilly in downtown Cyprus. Anyway, sit back and relax. We're going to work our way down through Konya, over the Limassol roundabout, and slowly but surely crescendo down the tree-lined avenue into downtown Cato Paphos. Have a look at the hotel's road, have a quick look at the promenade and the harbour, and you never know, I might even take you on a little drive along Bar Street and get an update on the Marika and Me lounge bar. I'd like to say a massive, massive shout out to one or two of the guys that like to come back to the show now and again. And apparently there's a young man who is planning on taking some time off school because he wants to come to Cyprus. So a big, big shout out to, of course, the young man known as Viscount James. Hopefully he's lighting up like a Christmas tree. I'd also like to say a big, big shout out to 2 or 3 other superstars as well. There's a young man in downtown Mansfield. Yes, he's got a mum. Her name is Lady Bex. He's got a dad. That's Sir of the Carl. They're coming to Cyprus to celebrate Daddy's birthday. And I've got a chocolate ice cream with the name of Viscount James written all over it. Looking forward to seeing you when you get on that big bird and jet into downtown Cato Paphos. And there is a young lady who is a little princess. And she has to be a princess because her father is a king. And normally if your father's a king and he's got a partner in his crimes, that must mean that she's a queen. So on that note, a big shout out to the girl known as Princess Dali. And of course we'll be looking forward to seeing you when you get on that big bird and jet into downtown Paphos. But like I was saying, we had a little bit of a disturbance in the weather in the early hours of the morning. I did think about getting in the car and going for a drive, but then I decided against it because of all the troubles you can have, isn't it, when you're driving around in snowish conditions, especially when your fellow compadres on the road are not used to it, shall we say. They tend to drive, shall we say, carelessly. Or shall we say they have too much ability in their driving skills. And as we can see coming around this roundabout, most of them have already found the limit of their driving skills. Like the gentleman in the pickup, he suddenly realised he was in the wrong lane. But who knows what's going on in his mind. Let's keep going. Alpha Mega Supermarket is coming up on the right hand side. That's one of the best supermarket chains on the island of Love. Just don't tell Little and don't tell Papa Antonio and don't tell the other boys. But I do like Alpha Mega, and very convenient obviously for me because I just drop down the hill, go into their multi-storey car park. Is it multi-storey if it's 3-storey? Yes, I think it is, isn't it? And more than 2 stories. Anyway, Mr. Paul rambling. It's a big supermarket by Cyprus standards, if you understand. I understand if you're in downtown south of France, perhaps if your name is Lord of the Enaldo, with his French beauty, Lady of the Sylvie. Perhaps it's a minuscule supermarket when you go shopping for those bottles of Bordeaux or that nice bottle of rum that you brought for us, which we will have on display. And of course, the Marika and Me lounge bar. Big, big shout out to you guys in the south of France and we'll be looking forward to seeing you when you come back to Cyprus. Now, I'd like to say a massive, massive thank you to one or two people who, during the night, subscribed to the channel. One or two bought a brick or two on the Wall of Fame. We'll come to the Wall of Fame in a moment, don't worry. And I'd like to say a big, big thank you for a few people dropping their names in the comments and contacting me via email and WhatsApp to say that they are coming to the grand opening of the Marika and Me Lounge Bar. It would appear that there will be approximately 160 people coming to our grand opening, and that's before anyone just pops in and says hello. And we do thank you very, very much, and we appreciate it from the bottom of our two hearts. Sir Peter of the Mahoney, it'll be an absolute honour and a pleasure to meet you, and you're on that list for the 15th and the 16th. Aid and Jill, you're on that list, don't worry. And of course, the man who I made a mistake with his name, and even though I was writing the name, I understood, hold on, that's not right. His name's not Bernie, his name's Ian, and his name is Sir Ian. Sir Ian, and of course, his girl and our girl, Lady Tina, jetted into Paphos for the grand opening of the Marika and Me Lounge Bar. Thank you very much. And of course, we'll be waiting especially for you. Now, to the Wall of Fame. What is the Wall of Fame, I hear you say? Well, when you walk in to the Marika and Me Lounge Bar, to the rear of the bar on the left-hand side is the Hollywood staircase, and to the left and to the rightish of it is a big, big wall, and that is the wall where we are going to pop the names of all the people who would like to buy a brick to help to fund the lounge bar, and of course to one or two who have been very, very generous indeed. And those names will be appearing on that wall very, very soon indeed. I'd like to say a massive thank you to one or two of you guys right now. Sir Daniel of the Mahoney and his girl, Lady Sherry of the Right, two of our most recent brick purchasers. Thank you very, very much indeed. A while back now, some superstars who were off on an adventure to Thailand. That's the Barnhawks, Baron John, Baroness Louise. They bought a brick or two or three or four or five, or I'll keep going, but they bought quite a few bricks on that wall. One for Baron John, one for Baroness Louise, of course, one for their princess and our princess. That's Miss Fern, the baby Barnhawk, and of course the man of her dreams, who she will be marrying very, very soon indeed. That's her and our Harry the Keeper. Big, big shout out to you guys. And of course, Baron John and Baroness Louise are going to fly all the way from Thailand to Larnaca, get into a hire car, drive all the way to Paphos, and come to the grand opening of the Marika and Me Lounge Bar on the 15th of March. And I got a feeling they're going to come again and do it all over again on the 16th of March when we have our second grand opening. 6,313 miles. They suggest that we should run a competition to see who is travelling the furthest. I've got a feeling that they've already won. So there will be a cocktail or two and maybe a little bit of cheese for our Barnhawk clan. Thanks very, very much indeed, guys. Now, if you would like to get your name on the Wall of Fame, it's very, very easy to do. Go and hunt us down on PayPal. In the PayPal search box, pop in these magic words: Paul G. Cyprus. That's P-A-U-L-G-E-E Cyprus. Up will come my name. And of course, the face of the most beautiful woman in the world, yours and my Marika, or as I like to call her, Miss Ochin Gracivia La Bouffe. And for the partly sum of £50, we will put your name on a brick and it will appear on the Wall of Fame on the Hollywood staircase. The photo opportunity of a lifetime. Now, I haven't mentioned this for a while, but I refer to Marika as Miss Ochin Gracivia La Bouffe. What does it mean? That's what you're pondering. Well, it's Russian, and it's the Russian words for very beautiful love. And I remember when we were sitting down a few days before we started our YouTube adventure, which is literally today, 3 years ago, I said to Marika, I'm going to come up with a movie star name for you. And she said, what's wrong with the name Marika? I said, nothing, but I want it to be something like Zsa Zsa Gabor, Greta Garbo, something like that. And more than that, I want it to be in Russian. And she said to me, but you don't speak Russian. To which I replied, you never know, I might surprise you. So I sat there monkeying around while she was reading a book and improving her English, as she likes to do. And after about 20 minutes, I said to her, I've got the name for you. To which she said, what is it? And I said, from now on, you will be known as Miss Ochin Gracivia Labuf. To which she said, something off. And the rest is history. We're on the Hotels Road. Alexander the Great, if your name's Dayman, Lady Ness, Baroness, so, Sweet Caroline, that's the hotel of your dreams. And of course, you'll be coming back there very, very soon indeed. Let's keep going. We're on the little ascent towards the Cape of Paphos Promenade and Harbour area. Coming up behind these trees is the Almira Luxury 5-star Hotel. And just a little bit further on the left is another 5-star hotel, and that is called the Annabelle Hotel. On that note, a big shout out to King Harold and his girl, the Queen known as Patricia. We're looking forward to seeing you guys when you come back to downtown Cape of Paphos, and hopefully you'll come and join us at the Marika and Me Lounge Bar on one of your little nights out. So let's take that magic right and let's head up towards Bar Street, because one or two people in the comments keep asking, where is it on Bar Street? Well, as I keep replying, without trying to be big-headed or to boast, it is the biggest bar in Cyprus. There's no doubt about that, and it will stand out like a sore thumb. It will be lit up like a Christmas tree. So all you've got to do is find Bar Street, which everyone knows where it is. Every Tom, Dick and Harry, every pussycat will go take a left, take a right, and that's Bar Street. And this is Bar Street. And right in the middle of Bar Street, coming up on the left-hand side, is going to be the forthcoming Marika and Me Lounge Bar. Grand opening, 15th of March 2025. We're going to do it all over again on the 16th of March 2025. We're going to have a party. Want to come and see us? There it is in all of its glory. Yes, it wants a little bit more work, but we promise you, within the next 3 to 4 weeks, we will be ready. And that will give us 2 weeks to stock ourselves up and arrange the furniture. And I've got a feeling there's 1 or 2 people going to come and give us a hand. Like our man from downtown in Bridlington, our Sir Chris. Yep, he's going to come and find some time between watching his football matches to give us a hand to move a chair or two. And I got a feeling there's a gentleman in downtown Wiltshire. He's going to come because he's coming to the grand opening, coming 4 or 5 days early. And I think he's going to bring a screwdriver or 2 with him. Who am I talking about? Well, probably a cigar actually, yes. That naughty, naughty little monkey, Baron von Cigar. And of course, if he's coming, that must mean the greatest accountant in the world is coming as well. His and our Lady Victoria. But don't worry, we'll have some experienced hands behind the bar, because some other guys coming as well. Mountain Man, our Lord Lee, he's coming. And if he's coming, well, that must mean his girl and our girl, Lady Vicky, is coming. And she is probably the greatest restaurant manager in the world. Get behind the bar, Vicky. Start pulling that pint or 2. Downtown Cape of Paphos. 15 minutes past 7 in the morning after a slightly dampish start to the day. Not a lot going on, but don't worry, most people are tucked up in bed, getting ready getting excited to get up, perhaps have a bite to eat, perhaps go for that morning stroll. And then, of course, don't worry, the sun will come out and everything will go blue, because that sky is always blue. That sea is always blue. If you haven't guessed it by now, Mr. Paul is always dressed head to toe in blue. So that must mean one thing. All that is missing is you. So come on, get yourself on a big bird or a canoe. Start paddling like crazy. Or perhaps on a bicycle. You go pedaling. We've got a bike, you know that by now. It's downtown, Cato Paphos. Marika and me, you've guessed it, we're waiting especially for you. Downtown, Cato Paphos Harbour. And like I say, not a lot going on. Give it an hour or so, there'll be some people doing some fishing, delivery guys racing around, the bars and restaurants, this kiosk, everyone will be opening up, especially for you. See, even the buses are driving around. They're not even on yet because the number is not on. He's just doing a recon to see how many potential customers he can pick up. Perhaps he's planning on going for a frappe. Let's take a left. Cato Paphos Harbour is on the left, and we're going to go around the back of the restaurants. Massive car park there, totally free of charge, and we're going to head down to the sunset viewing point and the Paphos Castle. And you're going to get a view to die for, so don't click off just yet. And of course, if you do like what you see, please hit the like. Doesn't cost you a single penny. Please subscribe to the channel. Again, doesn't cost you a single penny. Yes, it's one of those strange little Americanized words. Normally you think when someone says subscribe, you've got to pay a subscription fee. Not in the case of YouTube. It's totally free of charge. It just helps us to get through to more like-minded, very, very clever people like yourselves. There's that view. I'm going to say a massive, massive thank you for watching, and hopefully you'll come and join me again very, very soon indeed. I've got a little boy cigar. I'm going to light it up and say a massive, massive thank you to Sir Will and Lady of the Tracy, who are going to have a wedding reception, hopefully, or a night party at the Marika Minaj Bar when they get married on the island of love. And I'd like to say a huge, huge thank you, and we'll look forward to seeing you very, very soon indeed. And we'll be getting to smoke a little boy cigar, or perhaps a big boy cigar. Thanks for watching. Yep, no doubt about it. Life is good on the island of love. Although there's not a lot going on, but that's not a bad thing.